Greek and Latin roots list to all eyes and ears. The Greek root we're going to work with today is phon, which sometimes is pronounced phone, like in telephone or phone, and sometimes it's pronounced more like phon, like the word in the word phonics. This means sound. So your first word is cacophony, and this is a mixture of various unpleasant sounds or harsh sounds. So if you think of the phone ringing, loud music blaring, people yelling, a baby crying, maybe emergency sirens going off all at the same time, that would be a cacophony. A mixture of various sounds going off, and it's really harsh. So Mrs. G attempted to make a little bit of a cacophony by blending a lot of sounds. So let's listen to it quick. So I don't know if that ended up being as harsh or unpleasant as I wanted to, but if you listen to it, there's a lot of sounds going on. If I would have taken some of those out and made it more simple, it might be a little bit more pleasant. So your next word is xylophone, and this is a musical instrument that is played by striking a row of metal bars with different lengths with one or more small wooden or plastic mallets. So it looks kind of like this. Here are your your metal bars, and then here are the mallets that you would strike it with. That is a xylophone. You might have had one of these as a kid that was had all different colors. There was the Fisher-Price one that had all different colored pieces of metal and little mallets that you could hit with. I think I had one of those when I was a kid. So your next word is a phonograph, and this is a machine that reproduces sound or music by placing a needle in contact with a grooved rotating disc or a record player. So before we could just download music from the internet, we had CDs, and before that we had cassette tapes. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, ask an adult, they will know. And before that, they had records. And so Mrs. G has one of these in her room. It's the big black circle that has the silver part in the middle that's hanging up. If you're not sure, ask me tomorrow and I'll show it to you. But that would be a record. And so a phonograph is a record player. So here's a picture of it. And if you look, right here is the record. Okay? I'm going to blow this up so we can see the needle. So if you look right here, there would be a little needle, and this would go in the grooved part of the record, and the record would spin around, and that's how they used to play music on a phonograph. So now it's your turn. Your next word is saxophone. So today you're not just going to write the definition. I have a couple of other things for you to do with these words. So for saxophone, I want you to write where you might hear a saxophone. Just a reminder to pause the video and then replay it when you're ready. Your next word is telephone. So when I think telephone, I think of the one at home that used to be connected to the wall at times. So I want you to write how a telephone is different and the same. So compare and contrast a telephone with a cell phone. Your next word is phonetic. This has this Greek root phone, but it sounds more like phon in the word phonetic. And I want you to find the definition and write this in your notes. And your last word is symphony. Write what you think a symphony sounds like. Or if you're not sure what it is, try to do a Google search. Maybe you can find a video of a symphony and listen to it and tell me what you think a symphony sounds like. I'll be looking for your answers or your reaction for these 4 words: saxophone, telephone, phonetic, and symphony when you come to class tomorrow.